Hi, hello, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, welcome. So I actually noticed this. I was filming other videos and then I saw that John Huntington actually posted a second part to the first part. The first part he was kind of giving his thoughts, what he kind of went through when he lived at the Conjuring house, I believe during COVID times. Kind of curious to see what happens in the part 2, so I said why not. I already was filming, so let's just go ahead and kind of react to this one. Let's see what his thoughts are. When I saw the part 1, and I'll link everything down below for you guys if you want to see part 1 and part 2 on his original channel. Definitely go check him out. It seemed like part 1, at least, he was very genuine and honest, and I know he like wrote down his thoughts, but I get it. Sometimes when you're not 100% comfortable with the camera, you get really nervous. You jot down your notes. You know, I do that sometimes when I'm doing videos. Jot down notes, so as I'm going through the video I make sure I hit key points because I ramble a lot. The title is part 2 of living at the Conjuring house, what may be happening to the new owner and my experiences. So I'm kind of curious, so I thought why not just do the video, we can watch this together and see what's going on. But yeah, we'll go ahead and watch it.
Hey everyone, I just want to thank everyone for their amazing comments on my last video about the new owner and the Conjuring house where I lived at for approximately a year with the Heinzens, and I was alone off and on. I just want to thank you all. I almost took the video down several times. I was afraid of comments and the whole situation, but it had weighed on my mind for some time now, and I just had to get it out. If you haven't seen the original video, please watch it before this one.
Yes, please. If you guys want to go check it out, I'll put it down below as well, so you guys can go check out part 1. But I'll say it right off the bat, you came off to be it seemed like very genuine and honest, and it seemed like you had your own experience when you were living there. You were maybe seeing things, hearing things, and then in some situations I can relate. The more we get into it, I'll kind of talk more. Anything you put out there, it doesn't matter what you put out there, you're always gonna get, you know, pushback. You're gonna get mean comments, hateful comments. That doesn't matter what you put out there. You could be like, you know, putting out the most basic, simplest, you know, factual video out there, and someone out there will be against it, disagree. It's just how life is nowadays. It's always been like that, but that's just how it is on the internet. If you put something out there, doesn't matter what it is, there's always going to be someone with some type of comment. So don't be scared. Like, I'm happy that you got mostly positive comments, so that's really a good thing. Side note, love the beanie, love the hat. I'm a sucker for like anything ghost related.
Yeah, for people who are just joining or just watching this video, the last video is kind of about what I went through at the Conjuring house and similar things that the new owner's going through at the moment. I believe that last video made a huge difference for the good. I believe a lot of good has come from that last video. Friendships have been rekindled, and forgiveness and nothing but positive has came from this video. I wasn't sure how the
Hey, I mean, that's already a good sign. If you put that video not 100% sure, and then you got everything that you were expecting or wanting out of that video, that's all that really matters. I'm not 100% sure what kind of friendships, relationships were rekindled, but I'm happy for you, at least in that aspect.
The responses would be, but I am blown away by everyone's kindness. I just want to say thank you all for your amazing messages and kindness. Once again, if you're new here, my name is John Huntington. I lived at the Conjuring house for about a year, sometimes alone for about a month at a time during the pandemic. I've been doing the paranormal a long time, but
oh, just a quick note, if you haven't seen part 1, if he keeps looking down, he had mentioned in the part 1 video of on his channel that he's looking down because he kind of took notes, so he's kind of referencing that each time he looks down. So I guess not really a script, but just like notes that he's referring to, so that's why he keeps looking down.
Anyways, enough about me. This video is some reasons that the new owner may be stressed out and experiencing what she is experiencing. It is it's a very stressful place to live. It's not all bad, don't get me wrong. A lot of wonderful things came out of the house, friendships and things like that. But some of these things can stress you out and lead to just you getting stressed and acting weird, not only with paranormal, but
especially right now with everything that's going on, the backlash, all the allegations and things like that are happening right now. I can understand why she's very stressed out, maybe not sure what to do, what her next steps are, but I do feel like it seems like she needs at least in my opinion, it does seem like she needs help. And I really do hope she gets the help she needs. Because I feel like, at least for me, in my personal experience, when you're in a very dark spot, maybe depressed, you know, because I've been depressed before, but you're in a really negative like mindset, and then everything you do, there is no positivity. You can't find positivity in anything because you are already like, you know, going through shit mentally, emotionally, physically, everything. So it can be very, very hard. Any little thing can set you off, very stressed out. I can completely understand that. And like you said, like when you're stressed out, anxious, everything, you know, nothing to do with the paranormal, sometimes things can happen.
Through this Corey's gone through, and others as well, here are some reasons why I think the new owner may be acting the way she is. It may be mental, but what I've heard is she's changed in similar ways that I changed staying too long at the Conjuring house. I know it took me quite a while to get back to my old self when I moved to the Conjuring house. I don't know exactly how long, but basically I hated everybody. I blocked everybody. All the people from the Sleepless Unrest movie, I blocked all of them. New owner has said things and done things to people that aren't right. I don't know the whole story. I don't know behind the story. I don't know exactly what happened, but I know there's a lot of stuff out there saying she's done a lot of bad things.
Yeah, like you could easily like go today. I mean, she has deleted some of the prior posts. I can probably pull up everything here. So I'll pull up everything that she has posted and that is currently on there on her Facebook page. But this is all from her public Facebook page, The Conjuring House. When I saw all those posts, I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to lay off a little bit, maybe not get into it, not really do any type of videos in regards to that, because when it comes to like, you know, at least for me, when it comes to mental health, I take that very seriously. I still go through that. I have very severe anxiety. I've gone through depression once, possibly twice, unless it was just one really long depression. Yeah, I feel like that's why I kind of laid off a little bit. Because I obviously, like, a lot of us were keeping up with it, but like other people have mentioned too, where we kind of were just watching from the sidelines to not get involved. Because if mental health is really what's going on right now, maybe she needs help, you know, because of her mental health, maybe she's going through a lot, stressed out and things like that. Why put on more pressure? Why make it worse for her right now? Especially like, I think one of the last ones with Jason Hawes, where she had accused him of something. That's when a lot of us said, okay, we really have to take a step back, because it's no longer just funny. Okay, she's posting this, saying this and that. It started to become very serious side. And that's why a lot of us kind of said, okay, we're gonna have to lay off a little bit, see what's going on, kind of let things calm down. But yeah, she has still been posting on Facebook. The Conjuring House made the news in the local area too, so it's a lot going on right now.
I don't agree with some of the things she's said and done, but can you imagine? I can't imagine having all these big name paranormal people just talking about you the way they are. Like I know maybe she deserves it, but I don't know how I would handle that. That would be enough to make me go crazy.
But I can see what you mean. I can understand. You know, obviously, if like really big channels, especially in the paranormal community, are in a sense making videos about her saying this and that, it's like we can't excuse what she has said or done, what she has posted or what she has said herself. For anything you do, there's always consequences, especially if you say or do something bad. There are going to be consequences to that. So we can't really try and excuse her behavior. I understand maybe mental health is an issue. Maybe she does need help. I completely understand that. But I don't know, man. I feel like we have to tread very lightly with what's going on, you know? You see movement in the background, that's just my dog. She's dead asleep right next to me, but like earlier I was filming a video and she kept walking by. So if you see anything white, that's just her.
Now, a lot of good things came from the house, obviously, like I said before. So in my next video I will talk about some of the really good things that came out of the house and experiences at the house.
Maybe we'll have to check that out.
Friendships and things like that. Nothing all bad. It's not all bad at the house. So here's some reasons that I feel that will make you go nuts at the Conjuring house, besides the whatever you're hearing in your head and paranormal stuff, which, you know, enough to drive anybody crazy. But there's times when trespassers would come at all hours of the night.
Oh, trespassers.
I know it's a lot to take on sometimes. You never know what you're gonna run into. You don't know how these people are gonna react. Like sometimes they're violent, sometimes, you know, they just want to take a picture or something like that, which isn't bad. But when you're dealing with it day to day, it can really get to you. I actually have a video on TikTok where I'm by myself, it's the middle of the night. I was about to do a live stream, so I used to do some live streams from there. And all of a sudden this van pulls up, and like 10 people get out of it. And it's all kids, I think, teenagers. All have lights on their head, and I'm like, oh my God, like what is gonna happen? This happened live, like I caught it live. And luckily I went outside with a flashlight and they just took off, but...
You scared them off. But that's crazy. I mean, I've always said this in like other videos too. Real people, real life people are definitely more scarier than paranormal. We still don't really have concrete evidence that the paranormal really is. I am 100% a believer, completely understand. But when it comes to like, I mean, I think I was watching a live stream of like Kenny Beardo, Joe Vitale, and Dawn, where they were talking about this. There hasn't really been any concrete scientific proof yet. If there was, the whole world would have gone crazy, but not yet. But at least when it comes to real people, you never know. And I hadn't really heard about that. I can see why. I mean, it is a conjuring house. It is a lot of money to go there, so I can see why people are trying to trespass. Not that it makes it okay, but I can see why. I mean, it's the conjuring house. Everything that's been going on has been going on ever since the new owner took over.
That's 10 people. Like what? I mean, you could call the cops or whatever, but 10 people show up. What are you gonna do? You know, you might have it on film, but
I mean, yeah, even I guess you got lucky in a way, or like good. I mean, I'm happy that it was just 10 kids that just got scared off as soon as you like flashed your light at them. But like, you know, real life people, what if they came here with like ill intention? You don't know. You don't. By the time you call the cops, it's already too late by the time they get there.
But at night, I would try to sleep in the house. Things would kind of happen like right when I was about to fall asleep. Mostly noises and stuff like that. Yeah, like voices and noises would happen. I would sleep in the, for most of the time I was there, I slept on the couch next to the door.
I can only imagine you want to be right next to the exit, so if anything really does happen, maybe someone breaks in, you could just get the hell out.
Later on, there was like a loft area that you pulled down, and I would sleep up in there. Then Corey and Jen started sleeping up there as well and kind of turned into a room. So definitely a lack of sleep will mess with your head when you're just jumping at every sound you hear and you're up all night. A lot of times myself and Bill Barack or Corey would sleep a lot during the day because at night it would be active and people would show up, and the only safe time usually would be in the morning. Or if somebody's investigating all night, they'll come in and ask you questions like the whole night, you know, show their evidence or want you to investigate with them. And the next day you gotta get up and you gotta clean the house, you know, before the next people come in. Especially during the pandemic, you had to sanitize everything. Top to bottom, sanitize everything, clean the beds, you know, and I would usually get done just before the next person would come in.
Yeah, like the pandemic happened, what, 4 years ago? A few years ago? That's crazy. Having to really deep clean the house like every single day, because obviously, like, you know, guests came in, they did their investigation, they did everything, they left. Now you gotta really deep clean and sanitize because of COVID and make sure everything is like clean, because it was such a high risk of like getting COVID back in the day.
And this doesn't include the business part of it, like whatever, you know, I didn't deal with any of that. I mean, I had collected like people's money and stuff like that, and dealt with people, but I didn't have to figure out the money or anything like that. So I won't get into pay or anything like that because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, because I stayed there. I basically stayed there as friend with Corey and Jen, so I didn't really expect to get paid. So, and like dating, if you're living at the Conjure House, it's not easy. Like, sure, maybe easier to meet people, but you're sitting there in the back of your mind, are these people using you, or are they really my friend, or are they just trying to get in the Conjuring House? You know what I mean? So
that's so sad. But I mean, I can understand like why you would have that worry or like fear, like trying to date, make friends. If like you say, yeah, actually, like I've been living at the Conjuring House, that's already like a topic there. Like, oh, what? You've been living at the Conjuring House? What have you seen? What have you? Can I go? Like, Imagine, like, I feel like I mean, I can understand why it'd be very hard to like make friends, or if you do make a friend, you're like in the back of your head, are they friends with me because they want to be, or is it because I just live here and like where I live is such a cool, like really well-known spot, you know?
Stuff like that, it was really hard. And then of course people think you're absolutely crazy, so that would stress you out. You'd be like, you know, nobody's ever gonna want to date me because they think I'm nuts because I'm living at the Conjuring house. I'm sure stuff like that can mess with her mind or anybody's mind, because you're just sitting there wondering, like, are these people really your friend, or are they trying to get in the house, or stuff like that. That will mess with your head. So the owner could be going through similar things. I know paranormal wise, like I said in my last video, there's things that would tell me to hurt myself, and you know, that nobody's gonna even remember you unless you hurt you off yourself. Things like that. I mean, it does happen. It's very strange. You know, I'd have nightmares, and yeah, I wouldn't tell anybody because they think I was crazy. So I think I mentioned it to one of the guys on Sleepless Unrest about it. He wanted to make a video about it, but I didn't. I just didn't want anybody to know at the time. I was lucky to have the Heinzens tell me when I was changing and how I was changing and how I needed a timeout from the house. They could tell. I couldn't really tell. I was kind of upset that I had to leave. Like I said, I kind of grew attached to the house, or attached to me, and I didn't want to leave the house. But I did, and it was probably a good thing.
I agree though. I feel like when you are living somewhere, it doesn't have to be necessarily paranormal, but if you live somewhere, maybe you live where it's very toxic, maybe you have like toxic relationships, toxic like family members, and can really make your life a living hell in a sense, where, you know, you're constantly stressed, constantly on edge. Are we gonna get into an argument today? Are we not? Like, you're constantly on edge, so it can really mess with your mental health a lot. A lot of outside factors can really weigh into your mental health. And then he had even mentioned where he wasn't sleeping a lot, he wasn't sleeping well, everything would be waking him up. And when it comes to that, where you're trying to just get a good rest and you're really not getting sleep, you can even start hallucinating. Like, I think it's scientifically proven where, like, if you're not sleeping or you haven't slept in days, you do just mentally start to hallucinate things, see things where they're not. I've definitely experienced that, where like I wasn't sleeping enough and I'm like, okay, did I see something in the corner of my eyes? But I always have to remind myself, no, like, you haven't slept at all essentially, or you haven't slept well. So if you see things, hear things, it's just like your mind playing tricks on you because you haven't slept well. You have to get a really good night's rest.
I don't know what could happen to the owner if she stays any longer. She sounds like she's going through a lot of similar things. You know, I actually wish I could go to the house and talk to her about it, but I try to message her. I'm sure she has a million messages and she's never gotten back. I know before she bought the house, I actually tried to friend request her, but she didn't accept it. And for some reason, I got blocked from the Conjuring House page, like, right off the bat. So I don't know what I did or anything, but those are some things. I'm sure there's more that I could list. That could drive you crazy, spending too much time. You're kind of secluded, but you do meet a lot of groups, which also can be pretty stressful. And I remember, you know, doing tours and stuff like that can be stressful because, you know, if you don't get the history right, they're gonna let you know, and they're gonna tell everybody you fucked up on the history.
Everyone that goes there is an expert.
That's one thing I did not like doing the tours, because I was really bad at remembering the history. Like, I should have just printed something out and walked around with it, because I was really bad at that. But that can stress you out, getting the history wrong, and then somebody, you know, posts all over social media, you did it wrong or whatever. There's always these worries in the back of your head. And then I can't imagine dealing with several employees of the house, because when I was there, they had no employees at the house at all. They just had like me or Bill to watch over the house when they weren't there. All that responsibility. How many employees does she have? Like 10 at one point? Like,
yeah, now I think I've heard that she's down to one person. I could be wrong, but she's definitely down a few.
I don't know. Trying to juggle all that would make you go nuts. Or, you know, maybe it's not all the stuff I'm talking about. Maybe she's just doing it for attention. I don't know. So staying at the house wasn't all bad or all drama all the time. A lot of the great things came out of it, which I will talk in my next video next week. I hope you will join me in next week's video. Thank you for watching. God bless. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Bless the owner of the Conjuring House and bless the Conjuring House. And I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all for watching. I never get this many views on anything. So this is coming from my heart, and I hope all this blows over soon, and maybe we can all just go to the house or go away from the house, one or the other. But anyways, thank you for watching.
I don't know how or why and the outro for this video actually got cut off or just lost. I don't know how or what the hell happened, but they're gone. This is why I'm redoing them. I look a little bit different, but it's the same day. I just realized it when I went to edit it, and I was like, shit, gotta redo it. So watching the whole video and like even part 1, I still stand on where I do not believe it is by any chance paranormal related, where she may or may not be possessed, and that's why she's acting strangely and the house is affecting her. I feel like outside factors are what is really affecting her. Maybe the stress, maybe like all these things going on outside of the paranormal, maybe just because even the property, like all eyes are on the property right now, so I can understand why she is so stressed. But at the same time, I don't feel like we should be trying to excuse her behavior because of the stress, or like I believe John had mentioned like earlier in the video where he was saying that, you know, if like a lot of big channels were talking about me and like possibly making videos, of course I'd be stressed out. But you have to understand why they're making the videos they are making. These big channels are doing what they're doing because of her actions and what she is saying. It's just utterly insane what has been said and what has been accused of, allegations, everything is really insane. And I feel like the public kind of has a right to know this, and she's publicly putting this on her own Facebook and like her socials. Every single time something happens, she kind of goes to the internet, kind of posts about it, kind of rants about it a little bit. And that's, if she wants to do that, that's on her, but I do feel like it has been affecting her mental health. And then when she posts something, she gets a lot of backlash, a lot of comments, because whenever like there are times where I go back to the Facebook page to see if anything new has been posted, I kind of tend, you know, I stay away, don't really be commenting myself, but I do kind of browse through the comments, and it is a lot of negativity, so that can definitely like affect you as a person. If you're already struggling like with mental health, that can only make it worse, right? But I don't think we should try and excuse what she has done. It's just, there's a reason why these big channels are doing the videos they have been doing, because it's not okay what she has done. You know, it's one thing if she was completely, where she was the one that was wronged and then they're still making these videos, but in this case, she is not really the victim, you know, like just to name a few things that have happened if you haven't been like caught up with everything that's going on. But like when you accuse, you threaten, you fire employees wrongfully, at least in specific, Brian, like he has taken it to the news outlet because it's not okay what she did. And you know, of course she's gonna be stressed out about this, but like there are so many things that she has been doing and probably continues to do, and it's not okay. And I mean, honestly, I really hope that one day maybe finally people can go back to the house happily, you know, excited to go investigate. You know, there's a boycott going on. A lot of people are saying don't even go investigate right now. Kind of leave the house alone, leave her a little bit alone, just until things kind of calm down and then things settle in, because it's been too chaotic, too crazy. It's just like, it's not okay. A lot of people allegedly as well paid the money to go there. They, you know, go at the scheduled time, they get there and then no one is there to open the gate, allegedly, things like that. So it's like, maybe the safer bet is to just leave it alone, maybe not come to the house until, you know, things kind of calm down a little bit, you know, just for safety reasons and for her mental health. And let me know your thoughts on this video. What did you guys think of what John had to say? I will say I was a little worried at the beginning. That's why you can kind of see me kind of making a little face, because I was worried where this was gonna go. But I can understand why she is stressed, why a lot of things are affecting her. Like, I can see that, you know, I feel like if you're seeing both sides, absolutely, I can see why she's stressed. I can't even imagine being in her situation right now with everyone kind of coming at her right now. But at the same time, you got to know that your actions have consequences. So like I mentioned in the beginning, these are my opinions, these are my thoughts. If you disagree or you agree, whatever, that's completely fine. And I'm not trying to take this away from John. Like, these are your experiences, this is what you think, that's completely fine. You know, we all have our own opinion, but please, no no disrespect, no nothing. Don't go over to his community or like his videos and then leaving hateful or like anything like that. There's no need to, you know. I feel like there's enough drama and stuff going on. Let's just keep it peaceful, you know. That's all we need right now. Just spread peace and love, not hate. Yeah, and just to end the video, I really do hope the current owner gets the help she needs. I really truly do, because if it's, I know there's a lot of theories. There's a lot of theories out there of what's really going on. Why is she doing what she's doing? Is it really because of mental health, other reasons? But yeah, at least of right now, I really do hope she gets the help she needs and then things get better. That's kind of why I kind of laid off for quite a while. I haven't really talked about the Conjuring house in quite a bit. I have talked about the paranormal couple, but that wasn't even recently. That was like what, 2 months ago, a month ago, quite a bit ago. But yeah, that's why I kind of left it alone for a little bit, because I feel like at first, you know, we were all laughing, okay, hee hee ha ha, there's a lot, you know, it's all funny what's being posted on the Conjuring house Facebook page. Everything on social media is just funny, but at a certain point in time, it kind of took a serious turn. And yeah, I feel like a lot of us are definitely treading on light waters right now, kind of just being a little bit careful, just because mental health may or may not be involved. And I definitely take that very seriously. Mental health is such a big thing for me too. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of John Huntington's video? What do you think about the Conjuring house drama? Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Everything will be linked down below like I mentioned earlier, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
When there's no hope hiding, no chance,